Look, I think probably the one project is the Shore Estate that Dean and I worked on. I think that was a different project that had special meaning to the client. It was something that was quite special to them, and he was really involved in the design process. And I think that one of the things that I like about design or being an architect, I guess, is that if you've got an opportunity to work with the end user, you end up with a product that's going to be much better than when you're disconnected from the user. And yeah, it was one of those projects that we had an opportunity to play with materials and form, and the location was great.
Yeah, look, that was a really rare but exciting brief. We had a really motivated client to produce something really special, and certainly given the landscape and the region that sits in Murray Bateman, it was a great building, a great outcome, and the best thing about it, I guess, is that I can go out and visit it any time, as well as the rest of the public. So yeah, it was really great to be involved in that one.
Look, for me, I think the project that kind of stands out for me would be Rebrand Gardens, which is just kind of up the road. It was really the first kind of multi-unit, multi-level building that we've done with basement car parking, redevelopment, one of the first redevelopments in Braddon.
So I think what the brand and the rebranding does is it gives us a moment in time where we can sort of stop, take a breath and sort of reset some goals and some visions. And for me, that is sort of continue to do what we're doing, but maybe expand on everything. So whether that's scale, whether that's building typologies. So I think that as an overall strategy, I guess, is where I see it going in the next 5 to 10 years, and hopefully, fast forward, we're here in another 40 years, maybe not us speaking, but someone that's taken up the role in Oztal.
The way that it's going to manifest graphically and in terms of where it is relative to where we are, I think it just shows that we're going beyond where we were and going into just new realms.
I guess when we first started, which was a long time before I came on board, I've probably been around for half the 40 years. But when I come on, I can only speak for that, it was more centred around sort of more the residential sectors. And since then we've evolved, we've grown as a business, we've grown as people and designers, and now we've moved into, I guess, larger scales and different typologies. So I guess with that, the brand can start to showcase that evolution, and we're excited what the future holds for Oztal, and we think that this is a nice sort of pivoting point or moment in time where that brand can not so much change but evolve with us as well, and really then promote the business.
Yeah, look, I think that's an interesting question, because you never really know, what's around the corner, and you sort of think that your best work is still to come, which I think is a good thing. So I think it's hopefully will provide more opportunities to do a different range of building types.
But for me, it'd be some kind of large sporting infrastructure. And with things in our local environment, we've got the Canberra Stadium debate, which if one of those projects came across your table, that would be one of those pinch me moments.
Ranging from something of bigger scale, but also something that's a little bit more intimate and a little bit more artistic as well.
Some government work would be good, but interesting kind of buildings and so forth. It'd be nice to do a museum or something like that. And I think with the direction and with some of the new people that have come in, I think it's something that can be achievable.
Building types that are a little bit different to what we've been doing, and I guess with more focus on design and probably more focus on a point of difference in design as well. I mean, always one of the things, I guess, is when we're designing, it's not really about us, it's about the client. And I think it's important that clients feel comfortable when we produce a building, that it really is a reflection of what they want. And I guess our role is to how do we put our own personal touch on something that reflects them.
I think I'd really like to do a resort, a hotel resort. Yeah, we could do. I think that would be great fun. You know, it's got that kind of residential bit, your commercial bit.
Look, I think one of the good things here is we don't take each other too seriously. So we know that there's this, the relationship with each other is good. And I think it's having a respect and an understanding for each other that, we can, work, egos don't get in the way of things. It's really a team, and a team that works towards a common goal.
Yeah, look, I think the culture is probably one of the strong points for Oztal. We have a great group of designers and just a great team, and that was evident for myself. I came on as a work experience student 20 years ago, not knowing where I was going to land, but what happened was, I guess they really helped me throughout my university time, and from there got that real world experience, finished university, and really got caught up, I guess, in the Oztal culture, which it speaks for itself because I'm still here. A lot of the guys are really long-term employees, so I think that really speaks for the office environment and the culture that's been cultivated here at Oztal. So I think that's really a big asset of Oztal, but not only for us, but it also gives the clients the confidence that we've got an environment that's productive, creative, but sort of very, very driven as well.
We're quite a casual firm. Like, a lot of firms are really, everyone's kind of regimental in their roles. We're, being a small firm, a lot of people have been here a long time, so that kind of helps the culture. So I think it's I believe it's quite a relaxed atmosphere to work here.
I guess you sort of sit back and you can see an evolutionary process that's occurred, over the 40 years, and see, the difference from when, Dominic started it, basically working with, fairly small scale residential projects, and now, apart from the scale of projects being bigger, the complexity is more, and the diversity is also greater. So for me, it's been, I guess, a bit of a privilege being part of that growth process. So rather than just come in blind and you see it, after a certain amount of time, that, I've been part of the evolutionary process, which I think has been quite a bit of personal satisfaction and a privilege to be part of that process.
Look, for me personally, I just think it's been a great journey. I've really enjoyed my time here at Oztal, and learnt a lot over the years.
Look, it's a sense of privilege, I guess. One, just to be part of, given that I wasn't, starting. That was Dom, the founder. But to be able to be part of that process and part of this culture and firm, there's a sense of privilege and pride that goes with that. So I'd say, that's the two words that come to mind, that sort of summarises what I think about what the 40 years is for us here.